And if he knows so much, why isn't he a material witness? I don't get it. Everybody's so interested in hauling me off the court to force me on the stand to do this or to do that. But this man is sitting over here, he's been dry snitching for almost 2 years straight. And he's not a witness? Why not? If you have knowledge that the Jigga Man helped the diddler boom boom Kid Cudi's car because he didn't want his property messed with, which was Cassie, why ain't nobody asking him to come testify about it? Why is he not being called in?
Jaguar Wright may have made a serious misstep by targeting 50 Cent. Many have tried this in the past, and it rarely ends well. It's unclear why she believed her approach would yield a better outcome. To be fair, Jaguar Wright has had a notable run. She's shared quite a bit about Diddy, Jay-Z, and others. In many cases, especially regarding Diddy, her claims appeared to hold some weight. In fact, it's arguable she was at least partly accurate, if not completely, about Diddy.as4. Jay-Z, he's at such a level that he likely didn't pay attention to her commentary at first. Eventually, however, Jaguar Wright appeared on Piers Morgan's show and forced his attention, which led to a cease and desist and a subsequent lawsuit. Now, she's turning her attention to 50 Cent. She begins by implying questionable behavior on his part, suggesting there's something suspicious about the fact that he hasn't been called in for questioning regarding Diddy. Ironically, this actually works in 50 Cent's favor. If someone who has had a long-standing feud with Diddy and is close enough to the situation hasn't been asked to testify or faced any inquiries, it might suggest he isn't involved at all. Jaguar Wright, however, sees it differently.
Jag, who do you think is all going to be in the RICO?
Who do I think's going to be in it?
Yeah.
How about we say it like this? Since people like putting me in lawsuits fraudulently and everyone wants to sue me, let's be a little careful with that. I'm going to tell you who I think should be in it. Sean Carter, Curtis Periwinkle Jackson. I'm about sick of him. Did you see that crap that he put up last night?
No, what did he put up?
Fingering the Jigga Man for helping Diddy boom boom Kid Cudi's car. That's interesting, isn't it?
She's referring to a post where 50 Cent wrote, "Friends till the NJ, you still there? We blew up Cutie's car to show him who's boss." Lol. In this message, 50 Cent seems to be implying that Jay-Z had some involvement in the incident where Kid Cutie's car was damaged. Personally, I don't see it that way. It appears more likely that Diddy acted independently in that situation. What's puzzling is Jaguar Wright's stance. She has made far more serious claims against Jay-Z, such as implying he was connected to Aaliyah's death and others. These are grave accusations. Yet, she seems to take issue with 50 Cent suggesting something far less severe about Jay-Z and Diddy. This contradiction is difficult to overlook. If someone believes Jay-Z may have been involved in such serious matters, it seems inconsistent to object so strongly to a comparatively mild suggestion about Kid Cutie.
Oh, damn.
Funny thing is he's always saying little slick stuff. And nobody ever figured he needs to be subpoenaed for any of it. If we go back and we think about things that he said before Cassie filed the lawsuit, right before Cassie filed the lawsuit, he was talking about how Diddy used to send videos of Cassie getting partied on, getting freaked off on. And he said he called me and he said, "Hey, have you seen this? I thought this was your girl. I thought you loved her." "Oh yeah, she loves it. She loves it. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, yada, yada, yada." That was evidence of a freak-off that he had footage of. Why was that not subpoenaed?
I'm not sure why 50 Cent hasn't been called, and I'm not going to start guessing. From where I stand, there are simply too many people involved. Honestly, I was more surprised that Gene Deal wasn't called. Gene Deal, who used to be Diddy's bodyguard, has spent the past decade giving interviews, claiming he witnessed Diddy mistreating Kim Porter, Misa, and others. He has even alleged that Diddy committed crimes in his presence. Gene has said he's more than willing to testify, but the prosecutors haven't reached out to him. Jaguar Wright herself has claimed she was present at Diddy's so-called freak-offs. According to her, she would help escort women out of those situations. So, if she's asserting she was directly involved, present, and actively helping them, why hasn't she been subpoenaed or questioned? That's the point, the very questions she's directing at others could just as easily be turned back on her.
Ahem. Can Jaguar Wright please come to the front of the class, please? Miss Wright, you used to say that you would walk girls out of the freak-offs. Is that not true? You said in detail, with great passion, that you were walking them out of the freak-offs. As far as we know, freak-offs consisted of 3 people. Diddy, Cassie, who was never walked out of shit, and male sex workers. Who did you walk out of the freak-offs? Because you said you were saving women. Cassie, as far as we know, was the only woman there, and you didn't save her. So who did you save? I think now that we have a clear vision of what the freak-offs were, Cassie, a sex worker, and Diddy masturbating in the corner, we know now Jaguar Wright was not there. She was not saving anyone. She was not walking anyone out of the freak-offs. Are you fucking serious? We still have people who are like, well, Jaguar was right about Diddy. She said she was at the freak-offs saving people. That is obviously now not true. As far as we know now, the freak-offs were not Hollywood-filled, eyes-wide-shut parties with tons of people that someone like Jaguar Wright could somehow sneak into and pull people out of. They were tiny things in hotel rooms. Stop telling me, well, Jaguar was right about Puff. She was not.
Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say Jaguar Wright has been dishonest about Diddy. She's been speaking on his alleged misconduct for about 4 or 5 years, and much of what she's mentioned has turned out to be true. That said, there's always a possibility that she may have overstated certain events or inserted herself into stories she only heard secondhand. Still, I'm not accusing her of lying. However, if you claim you were there, if your statements suggest firsthand involvement, then the natural question is, why weren't you called to testify? Why haven't the courts brought you in? Perhaps those are the questions that need to be considered before turning that scrutiny toward Curtis.
And if he knows so much, why isn't he a material witness? I don't get it. Everybody's so interested in hauling me off the court to force me on the stand to do this and to do that. But this man is sitting over here, he's been dry snitching for almost 2 years straight. And he's not a witness? Why not? If you have knowledge that the Jigga Man helped the diddler boom boom Kid Cudi's car because he didn't want his property messed with, which was Cassie, why ain't nobody asking him to come testify about it? Why is he not being called in? Like all of this, ooh, I'm gonna sit on Instagram and I'm gonna just shoot a shot and I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna sit back and watch. And yet, please. This is serious. People have been hurt. People have been destroyed. Now you just want to be the lineup king, Curtis, huh? How about we line you up everything you did with Soulja Boy? Who is that being used as a dog whistle against DDG? All of this is getting real suspicious. Real suspicious.
Come on.
Tory Lane's getting poked up. And now, all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I have some things to say about the Tory.
Yeah, we're gonna circle back to Tory.
Oh.
I'm not sure
But-
what implied threats Jaguar Wright believes she directed toward 50 Cent or what kind of information she thinks she has on him, but targeting him is a serious miscalculation. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is promoting conspiracy theories about 50 Cent. To be honest, many wealthy and well-known individuals in the industry are either rumored or believed to be part of some secretive circles. I'm not dismissing that possibility across the board. However, 50 Cent has always stood apart. He's consistently gone against the figures widely believed to be involved in those inner circles. He doesn't fit that mold. He's more of an outsider, someone who doesn't align with those groups. In my view, 50 is not involved in anything questionable.so. If you're suggesting that 50 Cent and Soulja Boy have participated in some unusual or inappropriate activities together, and you're hinting at exposing that, then you'd better be absolutely sure. You need solid facts, because what we've seen over the past few years with many internet conspiracy theorists is that they tend to rely on the assumption that the people they're accusing are too powerful or too busy to respond. These conspiracy theorists count on the fact that high-profile individuals won't waste time on them. They're thinking, why would someone worth $100 million bother with me? I'm not even worth 50 cents, no pun intended. And based on that logic, they assume these celebrities won't want to spend millions in legal fees to go after someone. They can't financially recover anything from that kind of thinking. Lets certain individuals say what they want without consequences. Now, I'm not saying Jaguar Wright has lied about everything. Clearly, she's been right about Diddy in the past. But when it comes to 50 Cent, he's a different story. He's known to be extremely petty. He wouldn't hesitate to spend $1 million just to make your life difficult if you cross him. So if you're going to speak on him, make sure you've got the truth on your side. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is Jaguar Wright onto something here? Is she right this time? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell so you never miss a new video. And tell us what you think in the comments below. We love hearing from you.